What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Wednesday team here today. You have myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with JD from Line Movers, and we have my guy, Hefe, back from Yankee Spring Training, coaching up the boys. You'll have to tell us how we're looking. Hefe, welcome back. How are you, brother?
Thank you. Happy to be back home. Yeah, Yankees not looking too good. That's my report.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got the in-depth Hefe report. Guys, you're not getting that information anywhere else. You want to see here how the Yankees are doing? You can listen to Hefe come on and say, not very good. So you got all the information you need there. JD, today's your flu game. Battling. Small little illness for you. How are you today? The fans and I and Hefe appreciate you battling through and here with us today. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely not feeling that well, but being on the screen now and seeing Hefe here, I've been doing a lot of shows, but it has been a full week since me and Hefe have actually been on the same screen, and I'm feeling
feel worse, right?
I'm making you want to vomit. I get it. Happy to be back, fellas. No travels this weekend, thank God. So I am here for the duration of the week.
Yeah, and we have a big week coming next week. We have a few announcements we will announce later on about next week's scheduling. We're getting everything figured out so we can help you guys with your brackets. Any questions on that? We want to be starting early enough so we can give you guys the plays before all the games start. So I think we'll announce it on Friday, JD. We'll let everyone know next week's show schedule just so everyone's ready. But more to come on that. Just know you guys will not have us at noon for the March Madness days. We will be here earlier so we can get you guys the picks before the games start. But fellas, we've made it.
3 a.m. show.
Today, 2 a.m. show. Today really feels like the first day of March Madness to me. I know we had day games yesterday, but the Big Ten tournament is starting today. The ACC tournament has some not terrible games today as well, unlike yesterday. And we're really getting into the thick of it. So we're going to be breaking down a ton of college basketball today. SEC is getting going too. So it's a great time to get into the March Madness. Today really does feel like it's the first day. So fellas, before we do what we always do on this show. And we're going to have to go over our Wednesday recap. So we're going to go over a Tuesday recap, technically. I'll start first. I had 2 free plays yesterday. We hit Syracuse plus 3.5, and we hit Gonzaga minus 3.5. So we swept the board in college basketball yesterday. Was very happy to be able to do that. JD, how'd you do yesterday?
Yesterday for me was actually an overall down day. I actually did have a college basketball sweep. So that is still going along good. But yeah, besides that, for me, it was not a good day.
So all that happens every now and then, but you've been killing it in college basketball, and now that is the most important thing possible right now in March Madness season. So keep crushing it. I know you'll be giving the people the winners today. Hefe, how'd you do yesterday?
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with JD. NBA kind of was a weird day for me yesterday. I didn't dabble in too much, but I lost my only one in the Clippers. And college basketball, I don't know why, but I went all in on the Big Sky, both for the semifinal games, hit both of them. Northern Colorado and Montana, both covered for me. And now those two teams face off tonight.
Oh, Hefe, do we have any of your favorite types of matches today? We'll have to look at the board, see if you know what I'm talking about as well. One of Hefe's secret little tricks in betting college basketball.
I know
Hefe, some would say.
I wish Northern Colorado was playing Colorado, let me tell you.
Let the people know why, Hefe. Let the people know why.
It's just mathematical, statistical analysis to be truly. I mean, honestly, think about it. When the northern part of a state plays the entire state, the state's going to win. They have more resources, baby.
Yep, JD, that's
No.
the FA special. If you
No.
see a Northern Illinois versus full Illinois, you can bet your ass FA knows Illinois is going to beat Northern Illinois.
How can the northern part of Colorado beat the entire
The whole
state?
thing.
It's just not possible.
Literally. So there's a little
That makes
tidbit of
perfect
FA's capping for the people right there. We're obviously joking. It's a little running gag
me and
that we have.
Alpha like 2 years ago, like hit like 3 games in a row where like that dumb strategy worked, and it just never hit again.
Never hit again. So we kind of use it as a running joke. People, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't
We
do
tell
that.
you it does
Please
not
don't do
work.
that.
All right, boys. But the people here for some of today's action, guys, we have a great slate. We have games that are already kicking off or tipping off, not kicking off. You ready to dive into the slate?
Yeah, you know how today's the first like real true day of March Madness, like why you feel like saying that today's the first day.
Oh,
Nice-
Hefe.
we're my second screen right there. Oh,
We found a wrinkle in the strategy.
the problem is that's basically that's a game that goes into 7 overtimes, and they both just say, you know what, it's a tie. It's the Dakotas.
Dakota wins. Dakota wins in that type of
It's a whole
situation.
nother thing about how it's ridiculous that those are 2 states.
100%. All right, boys. First game we're going to be talking about today. If you follow Hefe or myself, you already know what we're on because I know
Tips
the two
in
of us
less
already
than an
voted for the
hour,
free
baby.
play. Tips in less than an hour. We're excited to break it down, and that's going to be the South Carolina Gamecocks, who are coming in 12-19 on the year. They're also 2-16 in the SEC. This team has been terrible in the SEC, taking on an Arkansas team that needs a win. This team is on the bubble. They need to make a decent run in this SEC tournament, and they will get it going today. So I'll let that out a little early. I think they will. Hefe, I'm going to kick it over to you. South Carolina, Arkansas, 4.5-point spread. What you got?
This is how I know that today's like the first day of March Madness. It's the first time that my second screen over to my right will be utilized in about 45 minutes to watch that entire game. And honestly, there's even a game tipping in 30 minutes here that we're not even talking about that's watchable with Iowa State and the Natty playing. But in this game,
There's
South
a game
Carolina
that just
versus
tipped off right now. There's a game, the Virginia-Georgia Tech game. Is it ready to
Yeah, I
go?
know, but don't care.
Exactly.
This game, Arkansas is. I like how they ended their season. There was a point, I believe Arkansas started 0-5. Don't quote me on that. I think I remember that. They ended the season 4-1 with, I think, 3 big wins out of those 4.
Yes.
Mississippi State and Missouri
Yes.
both were ranked at the time that Arkansas beat them, and Vandy was a good win too. Vandy's a team that's playing today against Texas, another game that I think is a very interesting game. Both those teams have a shot to win that game tonight. But this Arkansas team beat the brakes off of the Gamecocks about 2 weeks ago. They beat them by 19 points. And sorry, everything got
No, the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite. Yeah.
South Carolina beat Arkansas.
Yeah.
South
Yeah,
Carolina.
yes, sorry. That's what I meant. Beat the brakes of Arkansas
Yeah.
by 19 points about 2 weeks ago. And it's just interesting that now you're at a neutral court and you got a 4.5-point spread towards the Razorbacks. I know that this has got to be probably the most public play on today's slate. It has to be.
It is the most public play in this slate. They've posted it. Today is the number one most public. This is the number one most public play.
You know how there's always that saying, don't get cute. Like when last week, I believe we were on the show last time we were on here, it was Auburn versus A&M. And I was like, don't get cute, just choose Auburn. What ended up happening? Auburn loses. This is a true don't get cute game. The Razorbacks are a better team now than they were when they faced South Carolina a few weeks ago. John Calipari has been in this spot 1,000 times. I'm taking the Razorbacks today, -4.5.
I'm with you 1,000%, maybe 10,000%. This is going to be an absolute statement game by the Razorbacks. I don't see this game ending within 10 points. I think that we're getting a line like this because when we just saw these two teams, South Carolina literally beat the brakes off them. It was one of their only 2 SEC wins was against Arkansas. There were 2-16 in the SEC. One of them, like I said, was against this Arkansas Razorbacks team. However, it's very difficult to beat a team twice, and especially very difficult to beat a team twice when you really can't beat anybody in the same conference. South Carolina has struggled against literally everybody in the conference this year. Their 2 wins in conference have both come in their last 5 games of the year, so they have been playing a little bit better. However, the totality of this team is they're not a great team. And Arkansas can play. They're obviously better coached. They have the better talent on the team, and they should be able to take this one by at least 10 points. I'm very confident in this play, and I'm with you, Hefe. Let's go Arkansas. Let's see them win by at least double digits. JD, my guy, what do you got?
Yeah, guys. For me, I'm kind of on the same page here. I mean, these two teams, like y'all just said, they just played on actually March 1st. So that was not long ago, like at actually all. But South Carolina was at home. They are a much better home team, and I mean much better home team. And actually Arkansas in that game, I mean, they just honestly played very, very bad.
Couldn't play worse. It was just an off game, in my opinion. They couldn't play worse.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, there's no correlation to any of the other games. I mean, I think it was their lowest scoring game of the season, 53 points.
Yeah. And then as far as Arkansas, they're actually past 2 games. They have definitely bounced back. They have looked much, much better here. South Carolina, like I was saying, they are a very poor road team. I believe that this game is being played in Nashville.
Yeah.
So they are clearly not home. On the road this season, as far as against the spread, they're actually 3-9. And then actually straight up, they are 1-10. To me, Arkansas, I actually have this around 6. This number, you actually could have gotten, got a 2.5 here. I would absolutely have loved it there. 4.5. Now, yes, I'm still showing some value, but I'm not in a rush to actually go and bet this now. As far as a parlay piece, as far as just plain value is actually still there. So if you haven't bet it yet, there's what I would actually do. It's just actually pair this actually with something else. But yeah, that actual South Carolina side, there's no buyback here. It would need to move up quite a bit.
I feel the exact same way. So I think all three of us are on the same wavelength here. Let's see Arkansas have a big performance in just over 45 minutes till opening tip. All right, boys. Second game we're going to be moving into. We're going to start getting into games where these teams have already played an opening round. So these are the games you want to hear the analysis for sure. This game we have next is going to be the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. Guys, the Tar Heels. Where's Tar Heel, by the way? Tar Heel, if you're here, get in the comments. We haven't seen you in too long. But back to this game. North Carolina needs this one. They're one of the bubble teams. They're one of the, they're in the ACC that's been a pretty down conference this year. They need to have a decent run in this tournament if they want to make March Madness, in my opinion. And it all starts against Notre Dame. Micah Shrewsbury's team played what's the right word I'm looking for? An interesting game yesterday that had an absolutely awful ending. They beat Pittsburgh 55-54 on an absolute ghost foul called with 0.5 seconds left in the game. They made one of the free throws. They escaped that way. But that was one of the ugliest games I've seen in college basketball in a very long time. That game ended 55-54. Neither Pitt or North Carolina could get the ball in the basket. Today's game, North Carolina is a team that can score at will. They may not play great defense, but they can score at will. This team averages 82 points per game, and I don't see any way Notre Dame can slow them down here. I also think the fatigue factor is going to be a big factor in this game. They just played that game yesterday. It came down to the wire. Now, 24 hours later, they have to go into this one, and they are pretty overmatched in this spot. So for me, North Carolina -10 at -115 is absolutely going to be the play. I think North Carolina runs them out of the gym. Shrewsbury's team really does struggle. They have some injuries as well. His son, younger Shrewsbury, will not be playing in this game, and they're really relying on guys that are not great at scoring to put points on the board. So I do think North Carolina will run them out of the gym. Give me the Tar Heels -10 at -115. Hefe, what you got?
Yeah, well said. A team coming off of a lot of rest. Last time the Tar Heels played was about 4 days ago versus a team that won via one of just worst situations you can have. 0.5 second phantom call. That game should have went into overtime easily, and then who knows. I have nothing really to say about Notre Dame. They don't belong in this class, and they're only facing a team of UNC's caliber in this round because UNC flat out could not compete against the top half of the ACC this season. This, luckily, is the bottom half of the ACC, where they competed against pretty well. Likes of, Virginia, Florida State, Miami, Virginia Tech, those types of teams. They've beaten all of those by double digits. I expect the same to happen versus Notre Dame. I see it at 10.5. I would love it at 9.5. I would even say to just buy it down because I just love being able, at least from my perspective, rooting to win by double digits is kind of like a thing for me instead of like, oh man, I got to get it to 11. But
the lines
I
moved.
would take.
The lines moved. You can get it at 9.5 minus 115 on FanDuel.
I would take it at 9.5. I love it. Notre Dame can't compete.
I agree. JD?
You know, I actually want to start off this game by actually talking about yesterday's games. Yesterday's games as a whole was a lot of ugly basketball.
Watch your mouth. Northern Colorado put on a show.
As far as the overall day, that was one of the I don't even know the right wording here. It's just actually far as on the offensive end of things, it was a very ugly day. Okay. And you know, during this time of year is actually when people, as far as unders, it's finally that like time of year where even like your just regular bettors was like, okay, this is under time. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday was also the first day of the season where you had more people watching games than like you normally do. And they saw,
absolutely.
like I was talking about, they saw a lot of bad games. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, like just take this happened in a ton of games yesterday, but even the game last night, Zags and actually St. Mary's from the 3-point line
game.
went 1 for 31. 1 for 31. Okay. Well, if you really dive into it, there was a lot of games like that. All right.
Yes.
That was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life. It truly was. What was it? St. Mary's went over 16, right? Yeah. At some point, you got to try. Like at some point, that's just impressive.
Yeah. So saying like all of that today, there's a theme for actually me. I have not bet any plays yet. Because there are certain totals that I am watching and I am waiting to actually bet because they keep going down. This game that we're talking about now, UNC, is actually one of them. This total opened up 153. Wow. It is actually down to 145 now. It looks like you can
144 and a half now.
144 and a half now. I mean, yeah, like there's some games that I'm going to be the buyback on, and this is definitely one of them. This game is going to be played at actually like UNC's pace. I believe for the season and pace, they're ranked around like 45th. We've actually talked about it plenty of times. This is a smaller team now, and actually like they like play fast.
Yeah,
I am expecting them to actually like cover this actually spread, but actually like overall, I just think that this total has dropped too much.
So you're on the over, you're saying?
Yes.
I want to say that for those of you that don't know, this is an ipso facto home game for UNC. ACC tournament is held in Charlotte.
Yeah,
sure is. No, I'm with you,
Jason.
I'm definitely with you.
And they're 12-3 at home versus a 6-6 at away. So there you go on that.
Good data there.
So do you think there's anything, JD, since you brought up the topic? You got a lot of games on today at a lot of not normal times for a weekday, right? I mean, you got a game here that's already tipped, game here that tip in 12 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. So What is your like advice? Because, usually games tip at night. So, around 5-6 o'clock, you could kind of get like the idea of where it's going. Well, games starting all over the place. How long before game time do you think somebody should wait if they're waiting for numbers to go down?
If you're doing like what I'm personally doing, and like I said, waiting for these like totals to go down, I mean, most of the time you want to wait as close to actually like game time as you can. As far as with this game here, I think it's probably actually not going to go any lower.
I agree. I think right now it's the lowest it'll be.
I just don't see how it could. Matter of fact, as soon as we get off the show, I'm actually going to go ahead and bet this. I'm going to go ahead and send this out. But as far as just a general theory, though, if you're going to wait to bet the over on these games, wait until as late as you possibly can.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
100%. And then actually also, as far as on the other hand, as far as actually unders go, you want to bet them as early as you possibly can.
I agree.
So,
because they're going to get bet the other way. That's just the way it normally goes here. So because of the way people are going to bet it, it's going to move those lines completely. I completely agree with you, JD. Great point there. Want to address a comment from Monzi here. Monzi, you're talking about the Arkansas game. That is their leading scorer. He's been out since the middle to end of February, so he's been out for quite a while. We did expect him to be out, so that does not affect how we've kept this game, at least for me. I think the other guys up here as well also know. He's been out since, I believe, February 22nd, so not new news. We knew he was going to be out. We will be fine either way. You guys feel the same?
Yep.
Yeah, he was even
fantastic
out for the
player.
last,
They're not going to need him.
Yeah, he was even out for the last time these two teams played, so it's not like any stylistic plays.
Yep, he has been out for quite a while. But boys, we're getting to the game of the millennium. USC taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Two of the top three prospects in the NBA draft for next year on this Rutgers team, and what a disappointing year that they had. They're coming into this game 15-16 on the year. They're 8-12 in the Big Ten, taking on a USC team that was equally, if not just as bad as Rutgers. USC comes into this game 15-16 in conferences on the year, and 7-13 in the Big Ten. These teams did see each other on February 23rd. Rutgers did beat them 95-85. USC's defense was not able to contain the powerful freshman that Rutgers does have. Effie, we're going to kick it over to you. What do you like in this game? And Monty, we got you, bro. Any questions you ever have, we're here to answer every single one. We appreciate your comment.
What a toilet bowl game this really is.
Shut up. Shut up.
These teams are evenly matched in equally being bad. That's how I'm looking at it. They just simply are in terms of the statistics. They both absolutely suck. USC though sucks more, especially since they lost versus Rutgers late February at Rutgers. Though this is I'm not sure where Big Ten plays. Is it still Indianapolis? Probably is Indianapolis.
Yeah.
But Rutgers 3-2 in their last 5. I like the fact that they meshed in a couple of road wins in there versus after mentioned USC. I'm sorry, home wins versus after mentioned USC and Minnesota. Their losses are against the top tier teams. Your Michigans, your Purdue's. I'm not going to hold that against them against a team like the USC. This is bottom tier Big Ten matchups. Rutgers should win this game just based. Well, I can tell you that I just had a heart attack. My AirPod just almost.
You need to leave, man. Do you need to
my
AirPod
almost just exploded.
I'd rather die than leave for that fucking fire alarm. I'll tell you that. I'm still here, but I'll stay on mute for another minute because it went off. But yeah, that was fun. You think you fucking had a heart attack? Are you kidding me?
Let me tell you. Do you guys believe in a higher power? Because I was just about to say that Rutgers should win based off talent alone, and then a fire alarm stopped me. I officially have no play on this game. I actually think it's USC by 1,000,000 now. I am sorry. I am refraining from this. God, I hear you. I am listening to you. No play. Absolutely not.
I really, really hope that doesn't happen again. That was so unpleasant. Anyway, shut up, Joe. Don't laugh at me. Back to this game. Nobody cares what Hefe just said on this game. He hasn't watched a Rutgers game in 17 years. This Rutgers team is significantly better than this year.
Oh my God. Every time you try to bring up Rutgers, the fire alarm goes off. JD, listen, how much money do you have in your savings account? Because I'm starting to pull it all together and go on USC. Don't bring up Rutgers anymore. Alpha, I'm going to speak for Alpha here. Rutgers by 1,000,000, take the money line, take the alt line, take the overs on this guy, that guy. They're going 2-3, Ace, Bailey, whatever, Harper, whatever. Take it all. Rutgers by 1,000,000,000, but really do not do that. JD, on
Rutgers by 1,000,000,000.
Yeah, guys. To me, this is another game where I am looking to bet the over. I'm just waiting for it to go down. It's matter of fact, since we sent our shows in, since we sent our plays in for the show, The numbers dropped even more. It's down to 151 and a half now. This is when I'm just going to sit back and watch how far it drops. These are 2 over teams. I mean, I hate to be as simple as that, but they really are. The last time these 2 teams played, Rutgers won 95-85.
Yeah.
I do not expect that type of game. But I do expect it to still get much closer to the actual like 60. I think I have it at 159 point something here. So anyway, yeah, this is probably my favorite over. And if it's going to continue to drop, like I said, I'm just gonna sit back and watch it and see how far it goes. I don't think it can dip much further. But anyway, yeah. Alpha, I think it's still going off for him there. So yeah, guys, for me, you can lock me in for this one. Like I said, the current best line now is over 151 and a half. Like I said, I have not personally bet this yet. I am gonna wait a little bit.
Yeah, same thought process as we were talking about the other over.
Yep.
When you're looking at an over, wait,
Yep.
until you can, and then take it. Looking at the under, which I agree with you, Judy. I would never look at it at this game for that reason. I would take it as soon as possible. That's just the general rule here. Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving then. I think we got one more game on the slate.
Let's go
Alpha
to the
is
Thunder
indisposed. Yep. So we're doing the Thunder and the Celtics, guys. Big NBA matchup. A lot of people have this as your NBA Finals matchup. Both these teams are hot, rightfully so. Celtics 8-2 in their last 10, winners of 5 in a row. OKC is right there with them, 8-2 in their last 10, and exceptionally well on the road. This is probably the best road team in the NBA, right there with the Cavaliers. But the injuries is what we're looking at now. As of the shoot-around this morning, both Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were present at injuries. A little bit of some news on Jalen Williams from the Thunder. Apparently, his hip injury is not as little as we thought, as he will be sidelined indefinitely. That is a pretty big blow. He is an all-star this year. Not saying that the Thunder as a team are going to see, some losses now, but when it comes to playoff time, they need J-Dub. He is big in their rotation. But let's take it to this game here. I'm going to go first, JD.
Yeah.
The Celtics, I think this is a bigger game for them than it is for OKC in a weird way. And you're going to see Tatum, you're going to see JB play. They were at shoot around. They're playing. I don't think they're playing any games there. Both of those guys were JT was questionable, JB was probable. So I'm going to see both of them play. I'm not sure about Porzingis, but he's not as important to me, to be honest with you. But I think it's the depth now. We have to look at the depth of the Celtics. Pritchard, 6th man of the year. All the other players that they have coming off the bench in terms of Hauser, all that shooting that they have, the depth, the defense. I'm taking the Celtics tonight. I'm taking them on the money line to beat the Thunder at home. What about you, JD?
Yeah, man, I'm on the same exact thing here. This number last night, this was at 4, and this was at 4.5. And I can understand actually why it would be actually bet down. But like you said, actually as far as Tatum, pretty sure that he's going to play here. He's that piece that I obviously want them to have in here for this game.
Right.
But from everything that I've seen, it definitely looks like he is going to go.
Porzingis was present at shoot around too. I just wanted to mention that. Sorry.
Okay. Awesome. If actually he goes through, then that would be great. But as far as actually Jason goes, we definitely need him. Just like you said, I think this game to the Celtics, it just means a little bit more. I think that they just want this game more. Joe, great actually point here. Tatum actually sat out that last game. I think it was versus the Jazz. And the more that after we watched that like game and actually how that game played out, you could tell that the Celtics were definitely looking ahead to this game. So yeah, like everything to me, it says Celtics here. To me, this is actually a very short line, and I'm thinking the only reason why it's down to -2 or actually -2.5 is just because they don't know if those guys are definitely going to play yet.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
This is one that I actually will go ahead and lock in now because I think this number only moves up.
Agreed. Thank you for saying that. I want to mention a comment that Joe made where he says that Celtics are defending champs. OKC has the pressure, maybe long term, but the reason why I think that this is a bigger game for the Celtics and they have the pressure is, I don't know if you remember, but when the Celtics went to OKC earlier in the year, OKC whooped that ass, boy. Yeah. So Celtics need to prove to themselves that they can beat the Thunder on their court, just in case those two teams do play. Home court advantage is going to be huge. Yeah. Alpha, nod if you're on the Celtics. Give up one finger if you're on the Thunder. Okay, he's on the Celtics. Expert analysis. Go to Alpha's page.
Serious question. If this fire alarm keeps going off, do you need to leave? Like, do you need to leave the building?
No. He has a fireproof.
Okay, I have like a 3-second thing with the stop. I just got an email. Something's wrong with the system. They told us to stay. I'm fine, but they said it's gonna keep going off as they're fixing.
Look at Joe's comment,
so you guys don't have to deal with it. Circle the fucking fire trucks.
I want to say some breaking news though from football, totally unrelated, but it is being reported, as it was previously reported last week. Cooper Kupp is being released. Will be a free agent and can sign wherever he pleases. I got some quick odds. 2 teams tied for his best odds to sign. Do you want to take a guess, JD? 2 teams, both at plus 600 odds. Both definitely need a wide receiver. One team just lost their wide receiver. Shit. They lost a wide receiver 1 and their wide receiver 3, in my opinion.
I mean, it has been Seahawks.
Seahawks is 1. Take a shot. Throw it out. Let's see how keen you are.
Seahawks and
Jets. I don't know why I think Jets, but Jets.
Nope, but close.
Better not be the fucking Giants.
It's the Patriots. Patriots and Seahawks have the 2 best odds at signing Kupp. And at the same time, I also just saw a very interesting post that says that Anthony Richardson's trade partners are tied best odds, Steelers and Giants. And that is
any QB. Any QB that's on the market right now is split between the Steelers and the Giants. Going to tell you right now, it does appear that Aaron Rodgers is going to the Steelers. If I had to put $100 on it, you're forcing me to put one. Right now, it's looking very strong to be the Steelers.
Yeah, I know this is not an NFL show, but I think it's sad that this is the situation that the Steelers and the Giants are in. Because I know if Aaron Rodgers had his pick, he would want to be a Viking so bad. But he ain't gonna follow in Brett Favre's footsteps.
He can't. He can't be Brett Favre. He just can't be Brett Favre. He can't go to the Vikings and do that.
It's the best situation for him, and you know it.
100%.
Yeah,
with his ego, he can't do it.
I agree. It sucks that it's like that. Anyway.
Right. Yep. I think that's going to do it for us.
Yeah, we'll see how long I have of an open mic here, but I don't expect long.
Okay. Well, yeah, guys. For us, that is going to be it. What do we have left to do here? Let me get over here. Let's go and talk about some best bets.
Best bets, baby.
Got the graphic going.
JD, you're crushing it, by the way. You're doing a fantastic job.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do a little bit of everything.
Yes, J-Bo, I am on the Celtics.
We don't know that for sure. All right. Best bets. I'll rock it off first. Guys.
Yep.
I got 2. One we spoke about, it's the Razorbacks -4.5. I think it's a great spot. I think they're going to be coached up. They're going to start off strong and strong all game long. I see them in the front, and South Carolina's not a good team to play catch up. And next, I'm going to what else but my Knickerbockers playing tonight at Portland. I think it's a great matchup for the Knicks. They should match up well against the Blazers, who will be without Jeremiah Grant. Yes, the Knicks are without Brunson for the foreseeable future. He will be back by playoff time, but I don't think that's going to matter in a game like tonight. The Knicks are flat out better offensively and 100% defensively than the Blazers. Second best defensive net rating since Mitch Robinson has returned to the lineup. And that is something that will not go away. You'll only get more minutes as the season progresses. So give me the Knicks -4.5 is my other best bet.
Guys, I have an open mic here, so I'm jumping in and I'm being quick as hell. Rutgers, and Rutgers. Did I mention Rutgers? Rutgers money line. They're going to beat USC by at least 10. We just saw this matchup. I don't care what God says with the fire alarm. Rutgers on Peacock, 8:30. I will see every single one of you there watching that game. Second best bet. We're going with UNC -10. I do think UNC is going to be all over them in this spot today. So yet again, I love UNC. -9.5 is now the line, so I'll give the current line -9.5, and yet again, Rutgers money line. I'm going to unmute the rest of the show. Appreciate every single one of you. JD.
All right, here. I have two today. Like I said, I've not personally bet these. I am after the show. Well, I'm going to bet this actually first one after the show. It is Notre Dame versus UNC. Get that total at 144.5. You can get that at DraftKings and actually like a few books now. So I am going to go ahead and bet that one. And then for the other game, I'm going to wait a little bit, but it is USC versus Rutgers. It's down to 151.5 at actually FanDuel currently. I actually love that, but I'm just going to wait and see if it goes down more though. So yes, also going with the over there. So yeah, guys, that was an interesting show.
Sorry, everybody.
Fun show. But definitely an interesting show. Hefe.
Always a fun time.
Do you have any words?
Of course, I have some words for the people. Alpha, stay safe. And remember, it's stop, drop, and roll. In that order, please don't mess that up.
If I have to do any of that, I'm dead. Just know I'm already dead.
Very good. I hope to see you on Friday's show. I will be there because I am not in any immediate danger. JD will be there because he's not in any immediate danger. Will Alpha be there? You just got to tune in to find out.
Yep. Definitely tune in Friday to see if our host, Alpha Dog, is actually with us. But yeah, guys, that was a fun show. Alpha, do you have anything to say?
Let's fucking win, baby. If you're going to be Alpha, I get to be JD. I've always wanted to be JD. Welcome, guys. It's me, Line Movers, and let's fucking win.
There you go, guys. You guys heard it there from the Alpha Dog. Let's fucking win.